Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back. We are on YouTube. I said I was coming back. We've been doing a lot of stuff in the back end, which has kind of been, I don't know, frustrating in a way. Frustrating the fact that I've been doing a lot for you guys behind the scenes, but we've been building up a lot of content so we can just release it so nothing's really inconsistent for you guys. The gym is up and running. The gym is powering through. I think this is podcast. This is YouTube number 2 now. We had Jimmy in. Went through some electrodes. I just tore my pec recently and I'm kind of back to full strength now. I've been about training hard now for about 10 weeks. So yeah, I mean, everything's full systems go, off-season wise. I'll talk more obviously during this YouTube about training and where I'm kind of directing things and where it's going. We've got Alfie and Yoda joining us today. They're best friends in the gym here. They're my training partners and the new addition to my YouTube, because you guys would have seen my previous YouTubes. Alfie and Yoda weren't around back then, so Yoda's from next door, Alfie's a gym dog here, and they're just best mates, training partners joining us in for today. But yeah, look, as it is, we're kind of, at the moment, we're looking to kind of set up and expand the gym. The gym has kind of outgrown itself, which is a great problem to have. We're not in a huge rush to do so, but you know, obviously I am in talks with a few people at the moment on possible expansion and pushing the gym, so it's not so much of a closed off gym. I still will be closed off, it's just going to be more so expanded, so it's allowing a bigger cap for memberships. Alfie. So how we're training at the moment, pretty basic, 4 days a week, heavy and hard. You know, I kind of had the first initial 3 months to kind of just get my feet back, fall in love with training again, put in some volume, just not really track much, just more so get the feel of things right. I did tear my pec, so, not tear my pec, it was more of a light strain. So I wanted to kind of get into things and just kind of feel the confidence back and feel the love for it again and make sure I was ready to kind of jump into an off season. And this is the end of my first week of training, so this is day 3 out of 4. This is day 3 or 4, so I am coming to the end. I'll tell you what, after a hard week of, you know, I mean, it's only doing 2 days of training, but when you are going to failure and pushing yourself, you do tend to slow down a bit. Like yesterday, for example, I was 3 meals across the whole day because I was just too fatigued to eat, and I'm actually still a bit fatigued today, so I'm a bit behind on my meals today. So I am a little bit flat, and you do notice the pinch when you are training that little bit harder. So I will go on deeper in a demonstration on, you know, explaining my training at the moment, how things have changed. Obviously, over the years of following my YouTubes, I'm always going through different techniques and styles of training. But I am back to lifting heavy and hard with 100% intensity. So pre-workout's kind of kicking in. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna explain further in the training session what's going on and why we're structuring things in the workout. And it's good to be back. I tell you what, it is really good to be back, just getting content out, doing what I love doing. Obviously coaching is firing through, the gym's firing through, but actually giving back my content for you guys and helping you guys educate, understand, and bring you into my lifestyle. It is good to be back, so it's motivating, it's inspiring, and I can't wait to get into it. So shoulders and upper back, let's hit it. I need to hit the angles of how I'm training at the moment differently with my rear delts, and for someone like me where I have strong upper traps, it became my point where I was trying to develop my upper back where I wasn't hitting the right areas through my rhomboids, rear delts, and lower traps. My upper traps are only really developing, and that comes from the pathway of coming across when you're doing a rear delt straight out. It works through the upper trap where you actually notice now I'm actually sitting at, so if I'm sitting here, I'm actually coming down at an angle where it only targets my rear delts. It makes me remember that if I stretch too far across the body and release, my upper trap has to come back into place to pull it down and then come across. Where if I pull around and I keep my shoulder locked into place and I come across my body, I'm just stretching as far as I can on the rear delt, but I'm pulling down the right angle. So it will only stay in the rear delt and nowhere else, especially through the upper trap, which I'm trying to not develop at the moment. I'll do a rear pull down 2 or 3 times a week. Really, really important movement. I kind of learned from Nick McCullum in the way that it just helps getting your posterior alignment done, where I was always going too heavy. Where what I'm trying to do is, as I said, set everything up so I can have a big overhead press. And put everything into alignment so I'm not causing internal rotation. So even for my shoulder workouts, putting this in so it clicks my shoulders back into place. So when I hit my side raises, my front presses, rear presses and all that, everything's locked in alignment and no anterior rotation. When I have accessory movements, not too fast on tracking them. I'm more focused on getting the alignment right and the feel right and the pump work right. Where there's certain exercises where I'll come in and train heavy, or they're the sets I'm going to failure. Like I had my rear lateral raise or my wide grip cable row that I'm about to hit. They're the ones I'm going to try to really progress on, get stronger with, because they do have a bit of an infinite load. A rear pull down, for example, is one you can easily lose form with, so I'm not too fast on weight. So I do like to incorporate a lot of wide grip movements into my shoulder workouts now. I maybe do one shoulder press in a workout, where now it's more so of really an upper back workout. And the reason for that is that when we talk about three-dimensional looks and the rear double bicep, side chest, even a front double bicep, to show that width, you need to have that thickness through the upper back. So what I'm trying to do on these days, where I'll have a very heavy rowing day on my back days, and I'll progress on those days. If I'm doing any upper back work today, for example, it's a lot of dead stop stuff. So on the cable row, I'm trying to hit 20 reps on my first set, but it's a dead stop at every rep. Again, I'm just doing that to create any kind of limitation and momentum, or to take away anything from the areas that I'm actually trying to hit. We are hitting small muscle groups, and yes, we need to overload them, we need to tax them, but we must make sure that nothing overcompensates. And a strong guy like myself, I've got to hold back in a lot of areas, which is frustrating, especially when I am training, because you guys probably have seen me train a lot harder in the past. But I've had to just kind of check my ego into place and say, okay, how can I push it as hard as I can under these certain variables? We want to make sure there's nothing coming in and discounting anything that I'm trying to hit within the muscle group, especially when it comes to ego and pushing myself, So it's hard because sometimes, I get to like that last set, for example, I got to about 18 reps. And really, like if I wanted, so I've got to bust out another 20, 30 reps, but it would have been picture perfect in every rep like I just did then? Probably not. So you have to kind of check your ego in place, say, am I pushing this as hard as I can for the form, execution, and tempo? If I'm nailing all them, sure, go for an extra rep. If I'm nailing them, do an extra plate on the bar, whatever it is. But right now, I really got to keep my ego in check. And now aim for a 12 rep set with picture perfect reps. So, like these first sets we hit, it's 20 kgs a side. I'm not really accustomed to it yet, to be honest, but yeah, you can grind them out. And there's still a thing for stimulus of going high reps. So I'm not sitting here doing a 20, 10 and a half, another 10 each side, another 20 each side, like sets and boring reps. I'm coming in now, get into a first set. It's only 20 reps a side though, and you still got to try and progress on it. So I hit 23 reps, next week I'll try and beat that. Now, I'll progressively put weight on the bar, and I'm feeling safe now because I know the movement. Yeah, I've done a working set, so I've got 2 more working sets to hit. Chuck on a 10 aside, go to failure again. We're done and dusted, 45 minutes. So it's good to get back and train like that again. Hard, sharp, fast 45 minutes. So again, the protocol that I'm trying to move across to you guys at the moment, what I'm doing, you want to follow what I'm doing. It is a Dorian Yates protocol, except I'm not really doing a feeler set. I'm using that feeler set as an extra basis stimulus to work a higher rep range, still get a failure. This way of training, as I said, does take it out. He is a little bit flat today, I won't lie. And obviously on a failure all the time will shut down your CNS. So you need to have organised deloads and understanding when your body does need proper rest, hence why I'm only training 4 days, because that's all I can really handle. Anyone that can tell you they can train more really isn't training hard. But for now, it's going hard at it, and we busted out, as I said, 45 minutes, heavy and hard, pumps insane. Strength is coming back, confidence is coming back, but now it's all about rest, recovery, and getting the food in. So look, it's good to get that kind of nice initial proper YouTube coming out for you guys now. As the last one with Jimmy, that was a feeler one. Now we've kind of got the YouTubes on lock, and we've got content rolling through for you guys. So it's really good to be back. Thank you everyone for the support. Always get out and share my stuff. The more you share it, the more I can feel the support and obviously give you guys more content. So if there's anything you guys want to see always DM me or Iron Asylum direct for subjects and matters that you want me to talk about, whether it be on YouTube, podcast, whatever it is. Any guests you want me to get in, I'll hit them up. I'll get it done. So until next time, guys, we out.